Hey, Leon.
Hey, how's everybody?
Good, Leon.
Hey, Mr. Chad, how are you today, sir?
How are you?
All right.
So I've got one more coming in here by phone.
That's Stephanie.
Hello.
Okay, so that's Stephanie.
Yeah.
Ready? I think that's everybody unless Lee is able to make it this evening.
I didn't hear if he was not going to be able to.
Okay.
I spoke with him about a week ago, and he agreed to stay on as the on the board. So I think he was sent an email, so he should have been notified. I think he's probably got held up working.
And I'll just for disclosure, I have another meeting at about 6:15, but I plan on staying on the Zoom call, but I'll have it on mute. So if I need to interject, I can, but I'll put it on mute so you won't hear all the noise.
Do we have any minutes for tonight's meeting?
I think Brenda sent them out.
I did. I sent them out. Did I not copy you on them, Chad?
I was looking through my email. I didn't see it. The latest I had was from April, and I think our last meeting was in May.
Hey,
Should be May the 14th, I think.
right, is the minutes.
Well, as long as you all got them, I just wanted to make sure. I was going to put them on the screen if I'd had them, but I don't seem to have them.
I'm sorry about that, Chad.
That's fine. No big deal. So, Mr. Leon, I guess we're ready if you are.
Okay. Trying to open up my document here again.
You may put it up on the screen for you.
Okay.
I'll do that.
I'm trying to figure out how to keep my phone lit up long enough to read it. Yeah, that helps.
All right. We'll go ahead and call this order of meeting to order. We have, I think, quorum minus Lee. Everybody got a copy of the last meeting's minutes from May the 14th?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Any question? Can I get a motion to accept the minutes from our last meeting?
Actually, most of the new members weren't there. But I'll make a motion.
Okay,
I can second the motion.
all right, thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right, we'll move down to C. I don't think we have any officers' reports or committee or staff reports. Not unless, do you have anything, Chad?
Well, I just wanted to say hello and welcome to all the new members, 3 new faces on here tonight. I know Mayor Evans, our paths have crossed in the past, but Brian and Patty, it's nice to meet you both. My name is Chad Reese. I'm the Director of Planning for the Southeast Tennessee Development District, and I'm the planner that's assigned to work with the town of Spring City. So I'm looking forward to working with you all. I'll be glad to share my contact information with you. So if you ever have any questions or need any assistance, we're always available to help you, and we'll be glad to do so. So I just wanted to tell you hello and welcome to you.
Thank you.
Okay. New business is we're gonna have to elect a planning commission chairman, since we had the resignation of our past chairman, Mr. Terry.
So while we're on this agenda item, that is our one vacancy. It wasn't quite time to elect officers, but if you do choose to, elect a vice chairman, if you choose to change that around, or secretary, we can look at all of those tonight, but I just put this one item on your agenda since that's our one vacancy. So you can handle that however you choose to.
Okay, well, if it's all right with the other members of the board, we can resume like we are, due to we have quorum until everybody gets up to speed to where they want to nominate us a new chairman. Would that be all right?
If that's the will of the board, that's perfectly fine with me.
Mayor Evans, what do you think?
I think that would be fine. Let everybody get to know each other a little bit, and then we can make the decision who needs to be our chairman. If
Okay.
Chad don't see any legal problem with that, that's fine with me. What about the other board members?
That seems reasonable.
Okay. Mr. Thompson?
Yeah, sounds great to me.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll proceed on with business as followed, and we'll just hold off on electing us a new chairman. The next thing that I see that's on our agenda is a rezoning request of R11 low density residential in R2/R3 for construction of a duplex. And this is located.
Yes, sir, that will be me.
Sir?
Yeah, Leon, this is Rex Smith. That's my property. I was the one that brought that up.
Okay.
What I've got 3 lots there on New Lake. I was wanting to put a duplex on the one empty lot. It's not zoned for multiple family housing, duplexes or apartments. My question to everyone is, Taylor Landing is within sight of that property. That is also a multi-family dwelling. Can we get that rezoned?
Well, Mr. Chad, what do you say?
Well, Mr. Smith, I'd like to address some of that. I got some information in the packets for the members, and I know you're on the phone and you
Okay.
can't see what I've got on the screen for them, but I have pulled up on the screen your piece of property, and it's this lot right here. It's approximately 0.17 acres, and it is the vacant lot there between Broyles Road and New Lake Road. It fronts on both of those 2 roads. What I'm showing you here
Correct.
is the zoning map. Everything you see in the yellow that's on this map is currently in R1 district. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. He was talking about the condos. That's this area right down here, and this is his parcel right here. These down here for where the townhomes are now, that was zoned C4 a number of years ago, with the anticipation of it being done as multifamily since it was right on the water. And so it's been that way for quite a while at that location. But back to the location we're talking about here and looking at the surrounding property uses, I've not driven by to look at this recently, but from the old aerial maps that I looked at on this, it looked like everything surrounding it on each of these streets was single family residential. So there's a couple of issues here that make the rezoning problematic from a planning standpoint. The first being is that even if the property were to be rezoned, what your zoning ordinance calls for is a minimum of 10,000 square feet of property to have a duplex if you have both water and sewer present. And if you have water and no sewer, it's 20,000. So Stephanie, do you know for sure if this is on sewer?
Yes, it should be. Out there on New Lake, I can't see the map, but yes, it should be right there, both water and sewer.
Okay, so in that case, the minimum lot size would be 10,000 square feet to have a duplex. This is approximately 0.17 acres, so it's roughly just a little over 7,400 square feet. So even if it were rezoned, it still doesn't meet the minimum lot size in order to have multifamily dwellings on it. One other issue, while this is an existing lot, just to point out, in R1 and R2 zoning districts, a lot has to be at least 60 feet wide. 65 feet wide. This lot measures approximately 60 feet, at least on one of the sides. But that's not really as big of an issue on this. But the other issue is too, for those of you not familiar with planning and state law, everything's supposed to be based on a comprehensive plan and a general plan that keeps like uses together. It's an overall general plan for the community. And so most courts have always held that rezoning a single property to the benefit of one property owner that's incompatible with surrounding uses is considered spot zoning. So that's something that we typically do not recommend unless there's any sort of specific circumstance or how that might work into your local planning, your local plans. I mean, looking at this here, there's several issues that make it problematic for the rezoning. And like I said, even if you were to rezone it, it doesn't meet the minimum lot size to have a duplex on the property.
Okay, you've answered my question. Thanks.
Mhm.
Is Mr. Smith still available?
I believe he is signed off.
Okay. Well, with that being done, I guess we could proceed with our other business.
So with that one, Mr. Chairman, he was seeking, a rezoning request on this, so it would require a motion either in favor or against the proposed rezoning.
Okay. Can I get a motion from the board to decline on the request of a rezoning?
I'll make a motion to decline the request.
Thank you, sir. May I have a second?
I second.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, we've had a motion and a second to decline the request for the rezoning ordinance for a partial property on New Lake Road. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
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 Ayes have it. Motion carries. Okay. We're down to number 3, which is any other properties and processes or new business. Do we have any?
I'm not sure if this qualifies as new business, and I don't know, again, being a newbie, I'm not sure exactly how or when to present this. I guess it's more of a question that was brought to me recently by a friend who's planning to build a 60 by 60 3-bay pole barn in the city limits. It will have plumbing, power, and I'm assuming he will need a building permit, of course. Then how do we go about him getting in front of you guys to determine if this pole barn is acceptable.
Do you know where the property is located?
I do.
Because the zoning district is what we need to know first of where it's located in.
Okay. I mean, do you want me to give you the, well, I don't, it's a vacant lot that he's either in the process of buying or has already purchased. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I
it's a-
tell you what I can do. Let me just put this back up on the screen. What street is it on?
It's on, it's probably technically on, well, I don't know what street it's on. I guess Twin View is the best description. If you get to that map, I can show you. I have a copy of the tax map in front of me.
We are on Twin View Drive.
Right there, right here. This cul-de-sac right here,
Mhm.
it's this lot right here, this one right here. It's parcel 16.
That's 17, 18, 16 is this one.
That's it.
Okay, so this is in the R1 zoning district. Now, we had made some provisions recently to allow. Now, is he wanting to do just the pole barn as the only use on the property?
Yes, just
Okay.
the pole barn. It's going to be just kind of, I think, best I understand it, to store a motor home or a camper, something like that.
I don't think I have I don't think I've gotten a signed revision back on this one yet from the city, but we did make a change to the ordinance that was to allow garages to be in an R1 district. I can pull that up here.
Well, there's one right up the street from that. I mean, on that same street, there's already it's not a pole barn, but it's more like a garage. But there's one right on Twin View already.
Sort of like a big carport, Patty.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see here. There we go. Here's the ordinance. We had passed this in regards to another property that was wanting to use a garage as a standalone use in an R1 district. And Brenda and Stephen, if you're on the phone, if you could just verify that this did pass. What we did was we made an amendment that made the use permitted on appeal, which permitted what you see there on the screen, private garages of a non-commercial use on property that is adjacent to property of a residential use by the same owner. So does he adjoin any of the adjacent? Does he own any of the adjacent lots?
I don't think so. I don't believe he does.
So this lot is owned by.
Well, let me back up just a little bit. When you, when this thing is off the screen, I can show you something else. This is the lot. This lot, part of this lot right here joins this lot. This is going to be a part owner of that pole barn. This guy right here is going to be so like a little corner that adjoins his. Unbelievable.
Was it one of these lots located here? I can't see where you're pointing when you're
Oh,
pointing.
I'm sorry. It's not the lot. It's not the lot directly across from the one in question, but the one next to it that you can see a house on.
This one here?
That one, yes.
Okay. So the requirement that I was just showing you here, this was the ordinance that we had worked on. As long as it adjoins property owned by one of the owners and it's a private garage, they can build that as a standalone use. What it
Okay.
requires is that they come before the planning commission seeking approval. So they'd have to submit a proposal to the planning commission in order to be granted permission to do that.
Okay, I'm writing this down. Submit a proposal to the planning commission.
And let's see, let me see one more thing here.
Do they need to show up in person?
Well, actually, this will be the Board of Zoning Appeals.
I'm sorry.
It will be the Board of Zoning Appeals. It's the same group, but you'll meet as the Board of Zoning Appeals, and that's how they will make that
Oh, okay.
review.
The planning commission and the board of zoning appeals is the same thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
They meet
Okay.
differently, so like in a situation like this, for
Yeah,
use permit on appeal, because it goes before the Board of Zoning Appeals, a lot of times what the city will do is they will notify the adjoining property owners of the
Mhm.
proposed site plan that they're bringing, so if there's any opposition to it, they have that opportunity to speak up at the meeting.
Okay,
But if the planning commission agrees with the proposal there and there's an adjoining property owner, that ordinance change we made would make it permissible.
okay. Thank you. I didn't know at my very first meeting, I would have something to propose.
Down the parcel number, so I'll remember it.
Can I get a copy of that you just had on the screen where it talked about it has to join a lot owned by the same person?
Sure, I'll be glad to send that to you. I don't have
Okay.
it back from the city, the signed copy yet, so it's not made it
Okay.
into the final version of the ordinance.
Okay,
But while I've got everybody on here, since this is a new group, I did want to point your attention to something on the website. We have built a web page for the town of Spring City that has all of the planning information for the city. Let me pull it up here real quickly. I'll put that up on the screen. So you might want to write down this web address, and the town may already have it on their website. But if you go to our website, this is the Development District's webpage, the sedev.org/spring-city. And that's this web address right up here at the top. We have a copy of your subdivision regulations out here, your zoning ordinance, your flood ordinance. If you want to do a search for properties that are in the flood zone, you can click on this link and it will take you to FEMA's website where you can put the property address in here and it will give you a flood map like you see over here. Also on this page, we have a link to highway entrance permits. Anytime a development, whether it be residential or commercial, takes place on a state route, it requires a development construction permit from them to connect onto the state route. And so a lot of times before the planning commission will give any approval, we work with the traffic engineering office to get that approval. But the manual itself, with the guidelines of what the driveways have to look like, is located here. The center link is to the Tennessee Property Viewer. So if you want to look up and find tax map information, information about the property and the taxes and all that, you can find that from this link here. And then below is the zoning map that I was showing you on the other screen. This one's fully interactive. You can click on it here to get a full screen view, which is what I was using over here. But on this map, move this window around so I can show you some things. On this map, we do have the flood zones already included. So these will turn on when you zoom in and look at different areas. They will show you what particular flood zone they're located in. So let me find you a better one here. Here we go. So I'll turn this off. So here's the flood zone in downtown Spring City. You can see here where the red cross-hatched area, that's the floodway. The light blue, you'll see it says Zone AE. You will have both Zone AEs and Zone A's in your area. And then the orange color is the Zone X, and that's the area that's in the 500-year floodplain, but you don't necessarily have to buy flood insurance in that area. You also see, if you're looking for base flood elevations, these lines that you'll see transversing across through here, the black line with the number on it, that will give you the elevation. Another thing you can do too is for people who have applied to get their property exempt from being in the flood zone, you can turn on these letters of map amendment and letters of map revision on the map. And if there's any, you'll see them pop up with a purple dot like this one right here. Here's a prime example. So here was one where they have applied for a letter of map amendment to get the property out of the flood zone. So that flood site I was mentioning to you a minute ago, you can go on there and actually pull the letter where this was submitted to FEMA and see that it was taken out and find additional information on the property. So there's a lot of good information on the flood that's located on here. You can even turn on the base flood elevations to get more detail for the area. See, it turned on these right here. This is a countywide map, so it has all the municipalities in Ray County. If you want to look at their zoning maps, you can just go to this same zoning map and it'll bring it up here. You can toggle these layers on and off. If you can't see through a layer very well, you can come over here and adjust it so that you can see through and see what's underneath it. You can look at the legend here to see what zoning district that is. And then also you'll notice it has the parcel lines on here. So you can click on each individual parcel, give you the information such as the tax map ID, the approximate calculated acreage. You can go down through here and find the owner, assessment values, and all of that information too. So there's a wealth of information on this map. You can also search by property address, which is what I did just a minute ago. You can measure properties. So this window that popped up right here, if I wanted to measure this lot right here and I wanted to do it in square feet, I can just click on it and I go around here and measure it out and find out that that one's approximately 13,000 square feet. You can measure distance with the line here. So there's quite a bit of information here. If you want to share this with somebody, this particular map extent I'm zoomed in here, if you click on this link right here, you can put that in an email and send it to someone and open it up right here if you wanted them to take a look at it. So there's quite a bit of information that's available on here. But anyway, this is a good website, if especially for our new members, just to learn about Spring City zoning and land use requirements and what's available. And if you want to look up properties, this is a good resource for you to come to do that.
Thank you.
Anyone else got anything?
Like we're done.
Okay. If I'm looking at the calendar right, our next scheduled meeting is going to be on November the
November 12th.
Okay. Well, Mr. Chad, do you have anything for us?
One last thing. Each year, Planning Commission members and Board of Zoning Appeals members are required to get 4 hours of training each calendar year. In the past, we have always done those in October in person, providing a meal to the planning commissioners and do a few hours of training that evening. Due to COVID this year, we've decided it's probably best not to bring people from all around the region together. So what we're going to do is we're going to be posting training materials on our website, and then I'll send those links out to you once we've gotten things uploaded. And between now and the end of December, you can just look through those documents. There will be a little survey for you to take to show that you participated in the training, and then we can issue your training certificates that way for the year. So that's what we'll be doing in lieu of our in-person training this year.
Okay.
Man, now I'm going to miss a meal, Chad. That's right.
That was the best part of the training.
Hey, we never had a bad meal.
No, we'll have to make it up later.
All right. If anybody got anything else, I have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
It's nice to meet everyone, the new members.
Thank you.
And I reckon November 12th, unless we have something special come up, will be our next scheduled meeting. Well, Mr. Chad, we thank you for your help.
Yes, sir. Nice meeting everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you. You too.
yeah, we might need to think about going in and getting us a chairman for the next time so we can put that back on our agenda.
Okay, I'll leave it on there for next time.
That give us a chance to get somebody in the spot and get used to it. That's it. The lot we talked about is obviously didn't need to be zoned. So I think we're good.
All right.
See y'all later.
Everybody have a good evening.